There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes.
Salem softness freshens your taste.
Wow! Salem softness freshens your taste. Smoke Salem cigarettes.
Salem gives you a modern filter, plus rich tobacco taste, smoothed with menthol, softened with fresh air. For Salem's special paper breathes in fresh air with every puff to bring you Salem's air-softened taste.
There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes.
Salem softness freshens your taste.
In our video, we're going to be investigating claims made by advertisements from the early 20th century.
We'll discuss critical thinking errors made in these advertisements based on the Paul Elder critical thinking framework.
I hope you enjoy our video.
Enjoy!
As you can tell, this cigarette ad featuring John Wayne has several notable critical thinking errors within it. It says on the ad, Camels agree with more people than any other cigarette. This is an example of appeal to popularity. The structure of this fallacy is the following. Most people approve of X, and X is associated with favorable emotions. Therefore, X is true. In this ad, it could be explained as, most people approve of smoking Camel cigarettes and have favorable emotions towards them. Therefore, it is true that Camel agrees with more people than any other cigarette. Another critical thinking error is that this ad is using testimonial or celebrity endorsement. Testimonial is defined as a technique of persuasion that gets consumers to relate to the person appearing in the ad. If a celebrity uses the product, it must be good. Therefore, I will purchase it and use it too. It is basically saying that because John Wayne smokes Camels, you should too. This is very misleading considering that in 1964, the actor who played John Wayne was diagnosed with lung cancer caused from smoking. He beat the cancer, but only after having several ribs and a lung removed. The last critical thinking error I would like to point out in this ad is its implications and consequences. The ad implies that you should smoke Camels because most other people, including the famous John Wayne, also smoke them. Aside from this, the ad doesn't supply you with any other evidence as to why Camels are better than any other cigarettes. Not that any type of cigarette is good, which leads me to consequences. If this ad persuades you to smoke Camels, there could be several consequences. For example, you could get lung cancer like John Wayne. Other consequences include coronary heart disease, stroke, chronic obstructive lung diseases such as emphysema, and much more.
The first and most obvious critical thinking error with this advertisement is the appeal to the youth. The idea that beer is beneficial to the young and their health. It also seems that the fallacy here is the appeal to ignorance, which basically means that at a time when the public was not fully aware of the adverse effects of alcohol, the advertisers could say whatever they wanted about it. Simply because there was no lack of evidence, then everything must be true. And with this fallacy, the unsuspecting viewer is brainwashed with the idea that no matter what age, developing a habit of drinking beer will make you healthy. The ad clearly states that no medicine can equal it as a tonic, which is a false idea, and as we know today.
This is another type of advertisement that consists of several critical thinking errors. If you look at the woman in the ad, she looks very happy, so this could be considered an example of the appeal to emotion fallacy, in which happiness or excitement is obviously the emotion being portrayed. The structure of this fallacy is the following. Favorable emotions are associated with X, therefore X is true. In other words, happiness and confidence are associated with losing weight on the Jif peanut butter diet. Therefore, it is true that you will lose weight and be happy if you only eat peanut butter for 8 weeks. This sort of ad contradicts itself considering at the bottom it says, results not typical, your actual weight loss may vary. This leads me to my next point. Eating peanut butter on white bread with a large glass of whole milk 3 times a day to lose weight just doesn't seem logical or accurate. I did some research and found that this diet consists of consuming 1,800 calories a day when an active woman should be consuming at least 2,200. This diet is also high in fat, totaling almost 92 grams a day when the average healthy woman should only eat 61 to 86 grams a day. This proves that this diet is not nutrient dense and that most likely you won't lose much weight, and that even if you do, you will be missing essential vitamins and nutrients that will cause different problems of their own. Lastly, this ad presents no sufficient evidence that you could lose weight on a peanut butter diet.
Now, when we look at this final advertisement, which is a very popular topic of criticism when looking at advertising in the early 1900s, you can see many dentists would use and prescribe small amounts of cocaine in the form of drops for children. This brings to mind the same fallacy as mentioned before, the appeal to ignorance, where there was no real evidence at the time against the drug or the effects and the powerfulness on the bad side. In my mind, I picture a bunch of intellectually lazy dentists sitting around saying, oh, hey, let's give some kids some cocaine, but I know that wasn't really what happened. The case would have more than likely been a breakthrough in medicine. It may have turned into a bit of a false dilemma, however, when people began to forget about the other options for toothache relief and began to need the cocaine. In any case, the use of cocaine on children, or anyone for that matter, for tooth problems was a major critical thinking failure, as we can now see today.